Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger is a new B&M dive coaster going to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. This announcement kinda came out of the blue because Six Flags Fiesta, Texas just got Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster. There were some speculations here and there, but now we have an official announcement showing a B&M dive coaster. The stats are 150 feet tall, 95-degree drop, and 60 miles per hour. The stat that caught my eye was the 95-degree drop, making it the steepest dive coaster in the world. This is one of the smaller dive coasters, but this coaster doesn't need to break every record, because I think that this coaster will blend well in the park. As I mentioned, Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster opened a few years ago, and that seemed to be a good standout attraction in the park, being the first RMC Raptor. So I think that this will be on the tamer side, considering Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster is absolutely insane. This causes variety in the park's lineup. Their two bigger RMC roller coasters are more on the intense side, so it's a good step down from their high-class throw coasters. Anyway, let's look at this layout. It starts with a left-hand turn out of the station into the 150-foot tall lift hill. This first lift and drop sequence is the same on every other dive coaster. It goes up, takes a turn, and comes to a halt at the peak of the drop. After a few seconds, you release and fall down the 95-degree drop. There should be some pretty good airtime coming over this drop, especially in that back row, and come up into an Immelman, which is pretty typical for dive coasters. This next element does a roll into a turn, which heads up to the brake run. I'm not sure if there's going to be much hang time on this roll. Even if there's not any hang time, it's not going to be a bad element, but it looks like a nice way to end off the first half of the ride. The second half of the ride looks less intense than the first half of the ride. You leave the brake run and drop somewhere around an 80-degree drop. I can't really tell. You rise up into a helix and then spiral down into an airtime hill. This airtime hill looks like one of the highlights of the ride, the other one being the drop. The ride finishes with a helix into the brakes. The layout looks fun with a nice scare factor to it. I think that the ride's gonna intimidate a lot of people because of that holding brake before the drop, and so it should be a pretty good crowd pleaser. It's themed to Dr. Diabolical. Dr. Diabolical is a villain who did good things for the world, but over time he started doing bad things. And other than the name and logo, there's not much of a theme. They could maybe do some theming in the queue or the station, but it's Six Flags, come on. This ride's color scheme doesn't look bad. Gray tracks with the orange support beams, and then some red on the rails of the tracks. So for the color scheming, I like it. As for the ride itself, it's a good addition to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. So for my final thoughts on this ride, is that it is good for the park it is going to, and it has a pretty strong layout for being a dive coaster. So let me know what you guys think about Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.